Well, Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz, has been fired, likely over Signalgate. So he was the national security advisor, plus all of his staff apparently have been let go as well. And he's the one that took the fall for allowing in the journalist from The Atlantic into the Signal group chat, where him and plenty others in the cabinet, including Vice President J.D. Vance, were talking without being in a skiff about classified information, sharing bombing Yemen, sharing plans to bomb Yemen, and when they did actually bomb Yemen. So Mike Waltz took the fall for this. Now, what people are saying about this is the first reaction that we saw online was a lot of people saying, oh, wow, they're getting rid of the war hawks, the Iranian war hawks, because Mike Waltz is like one of the biggest. But we're going to get to it. But Pete Hegseth is filling in, no problem, wanting to wage war with Iran. But the reality is that Mike Waltz was let go because of the Signalgate issue. Somebody had to take the fall for it. It was a big snafu. He's now taking the fall, but not totally and entirely, because moments after he was let go and his staff was let go, he has now been moved, and he is now going to be taking over the old slot that was once occupied by Nikki Haley, and then it was supposed to be occupied by what's her face? That's a total and crazy, pro-Israel congresswoman that they had to keep in. Oh, her name is just blanked my mind at the moment, but they had to take her and keep her in Congress so that the Republicans wouldn't lose their majority. So she's out. He is now being made the UN ambassador. So the ambassador to the UN is now going to be Mike Waltz. So he's going to sit there, this Iran war hawk at the UN, and he's going to be spewing more war towards Iran, definitely pro-Israel, all of the things. He's going to be sitting there as the ambassador representing the United States. Goody, goody. Goody, goody. But don't worry. If you thought that, well, what's going to happen with our warmongering against Iran? Oh, no. Is it going to end because the national security advisor is no longer going to be this pro-Iranian war hawk, which we don't know who the next one is going to be. And let's hope it's not going to be somebody like Mike Pompeo or John Bolton. But I don't think it would be John Bolton, but I wouldn't put it past the administration to definitely put in another war hawk. The Israel lobby will ensure it. But Pete Hegseth, he has decided, let me just take this opportunity to threaten Iran with war. This is the Secretary of Defense threatening Iran with war, saying, message to Iran, we see your lethal support to the Houthis. We know exactly what you are doing. You know very well what the U.S. military is capable of, and you were warned. You will pay the consequence at the time and place of our choosing. Oh, I see. So now the Secretary of Defense can wage war. I thought we all voted for, or those of you who voted for Donald Trump, or those of us who supported this new administration coming in, I thought we were against wars. I thought we wanted to end wars. Good thing for Marjorie Taylor Greene, by the way, who after this came out was like, I don't want any new wars. There's actual true America First MAGA supporters in Congress who are saying, this isn't what I voted for. This isn't what I support. This isn't what I want. This isn't what the American people want. But then you've got guys like Pete Hegseth going out there saying, you've been warned. You will pay. You will suffer the consequences. Luckily, Thomas Massie is also one who doesn't support this type of rhetoric. He says, I support the administration, but the Secretary of Defense doesn't have the constitutional authority to declare war on a sovereign country. A planned military attack on Iran is an act of war and requires a vote of Congress according to the U.S. Constitution. Yeah, Thomas Massie, I agree with you. We all agree with you, but let's just get real. How many wars have we been in just in my lifetime alone? Just in the last 2 decades, how many wars we did? Iraq, Afghanistan. And when was the last time? We know we've had the Vietnam War, right? We've had the big wars, Korea War, Vietnam War, Afghanistan, Iraq. We've had some big wars, the Gulf Wars. When was the last time Congress declared war? Does anybody know? Does anybody know the last time? The last time? Yeah, it was June 5th of 1942. 1942. We've had all of those wars without a declaration from Congress. So what's the change now? Pete Hegseth absolutely can wage war with Iran and go through with it without any sort of congressional approval, without the support or the approval of the American people. Yeah, actually, the administration can do that. They know they can do that. And that is why Pete Hegseth is saying things like that, like you will pay the consequences, because, yeah, you know what? We can, it turns out, bomb Iran and without the consent of the American people. And unfortunately, it wasn't just these latest administrations. This isn't Trump's fault, or it's not even Obama's fault or Bush's fault or Biden's fault or Clinton's fault. No, this goes all the way back. The last time was 1942. We've been in a lot of wars since then with a lot of administrations, Democrat and Republican. Doesn't matter. We've been doing it this whole time, and we keep going to war. And the previous generations, starting in 1942 and beyond that, so you're looking at not even the boomers, they were young, right? It's the greatest generation, they call it. So it started with the greatest generation. They allowed a declaration of war. And then after that, they were like, yeah, we don't really need to do that anymore, do we? And so they didn't. And then the boomers kept that going. And then now, the boomers and the Gen Xers or whoever's leading now Gen X. And now we've got, I think, millennials running the government now. So none of them, no, don't need to do it. It's long gone, ship has sailed. It's been like 100 years almost. And we haven't declared war yet. We've been in endless war. So who wants to place bets? Are we going to war with Iran or what? Because or is this just posturing? Is this just a tactic to try to get Iran to come to a deal that they're already in with the Iran nuclear deal, a deal that we tore up, not them? Is that what we're is this just like some sort of a negotiation tactic? Is this going to end up like the Chinese tariffs where it's, we're going to tag you with 145% tariffs. And then the next day, well, okay, it won't be that high. All right. No, we're not trying to be mean to China. And then, of course, the next day we release spy recruitment videos. Oh, you just can't make this stuff up. Hey guys, thanks for watching this clip from the full Kim Iversen show. You can catch the full show Monday through Friday. It is live streamed for about an hour. It is completely free to watch. Just go to KimIversonShow.com. That is where you'll catch the full show. Again, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. See you there.